Hello and welcome. My name is Amy, and today I'm going to show you my new ESV Bible and how I am setting it up. I am currently working in this new Bible probably for almost a year, maybe something like that. And I kind of know what I want to put in this Bible. And some of the things I want to put in here are from my last ESV Bible. And then I also have learned so many mistakes to not do in this Bible. So, in the very beginning of this Bible, I have sort of started to put in like a book log here. I think that's really fun. I did that in my old Bible and kind of forgot about it. But I'm excited to finish this up. And then in this Bible, I would also like to put in some of the Old Testament information that I have in my old Bible and add in some more information regarding the Old Testament. For the book of Genesis, I know that I wanted to put in the days of creation and restoration here on the beginning. So when I need to teach or I need to maybe show a visual, it's just right here. And then I really thought this was interesting about Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And why is this the most attacked verse? I thought that was pretty interesting. And all the things that Genesis 1:1 opposes, such as atheism, polytheism, uh, materialism, pantheism, fatalism, naturalism, rationalism, and legalism. So I thought that was kind of interesting, and I wanted to put that in there. And then some other arguments down here. There's some words in the Hebrew that uh, for create, and I thought that was really interesting. Bara, asa, and just star. And I think I just totally did not pronounce those correctly. Also, here is how the day is used in scripture and all the many ways day is used. And then here I've got the Genesis outline. And then I really like this washi tape just for the beginning of Genesis. And then here I wanted to switch it to make it look more like a garden. So I did study this a little bit um, previously, and then of course now in this one, but I still have the temptation in the garden, the fall, man's curse, and the work of Christ on the cross, 6 comparisons, everything related to thorns here, and all the many different ways it's used, such as associated with the curse of both mankind and nature at the time of the fall, used to designate divine punishment, used to designate the 5th cycle of discipline to a nation, and that is in Isaiah. And then I also have all the pages that describe the different cycles of discipline to a nation in this Bible with more detail because I only have a little bit on it in my old Bible and I wanted to expand upon that for this one. And then I also have thorns used for unconquered people, uh, and they were thorns in the nation. I guess they were supposed to conquer them all, and still some were left. And so they became thorns in the nation. It's also used for being negative towards the Bible, rejection of the Bible in Proverbs in 2 different areas there. And thorns also describe the various stages of going backwards in the Christian walk, or this word here, reversionism, refers to failing the test. And then many other uses of the word thorn. Jesus Christ wore a crown of thorns on the cross. And then if I skip up a little bit here and skip some of these other things described as suffering for Paul, having a thorn in the flesh in 2 Corinthians. This page is about the tree of life or the tree of lives, and it was just very fascinating study. And on this side, I added this page in here, knowing that I wanted to put in all the info I have and previous studies on the tree of human good and evil. So I wanted the side by side comparisons of the trees. And then in this part of the Bible, I also wanted to use these little leaves. And I just ask my family for Post-it notes for Christmas and washi tape. And so that's what I ask for. And same with this Bible. So skipping along, not too much more in Genesis because I'm just kind of setting this all up. I have the book of Exodus, and here I've just got the key doctrines that I would like to put in this book of Exodus. So it's all kind of set up and ready to roll. And then I also have this washi tape and these Post-it notes ready. Oh, and it looks like I'm going to put in the doctrine of preeminence, and I wanted to learn more about that. So I went ahead and kind of made a spot for that. Here I've got the 10 plagues, and then a little bit I wanted to add into Exodus chapter 7 is the opposition to Moses, and that I studied in 2 Timothy 3:8 on Jannes and Jambri. So I wanted to make sure I kind of put that in because their names are mentioned in 2 Timothy, yet they're not here. Their names are not mentioned here. And then in the book of Exodus, I also wanted to add in the doctrine of the tabernacle. And this is not quite finished. I still have to add in my stencil here all around these parts. But I wanted to add in the doctrine of the tabernacle because I just wanted to learn the analogies of what they were teaching from the book of Exodus and how it kind of relates to today. So, such as even the roof here is a porpoise skin tuft, also used for shoes, and it kind of is a relationship showing or analogy the humanity of Christ, the ram skin and what that means, the laver, the table of showbread, and the two veils of the tabernacle divided into three parts. So I really felt after studying Hebrews that I wanted to go a little bit deeper on the doctrine of the tabernacle. So I made room for that before my notes got kind of crazy and out of hand. And I really prefer washi tape instead of using tabs because in my previous Bible, the tabs rip and sometimes it rips your pages. Let's see, Leviticus. I have some notes started on things I wanted to take from, I think this was Romans. And I did know that in this book, I wanted to hone in on the 7 feasts of Israel and study more on that. So I just decided to put that in the right place for this Bible. I also have additional sticky notes on that. And I just wanted to have sticky notes for this book here in case I needed to grab one. And then in the book of Leviticus, beginning in Leviticus chapter 26, verse 14, it is the cycles of discipline on a nation, and whom the Lord loves, he chastens, whether it is an individual, a city, or community, or a nation. And so there are many parallel lessons to be learned by individuals regarding this doctrine. And so I only had a tidbit on this in my last Bible, and I expanded. And so many client nations of Israel underwent these cycles of discipline. And Numbers, I did not study very much in the book of Numbers last time with my other interleaved Bible. So I've already started making out the outlines of all the chapters in Numbers. And this way, if I kind of just focus, I can kind of match them up. And a little bit of information I wanted to write in on a page there. More on Moses. And now going to Deuteronomy. I don't have much on Deuteronomy in this Bible, but I've got it set up with the post-it notes, washi tape, as I would like to do a more in-depth study on the book of Deuteronomy. Okay, the book of Joshua. I didn't really study verse by verse in this Bible last time, so I've got it set up with the washi tape and post-it notes for note taking. And in 1 Samuel, I did a bit of studying out of this book, but I think I know what more things I would like to study. So I have those on papers here. The structure of 1 Samuel. And I think it's the same for 2 Samuel. I studied Hannah a little bit and some other things. And then 1 Kings. I would like to do more on this, on David. I've had just bits on David. So I would like to do a study on 1 Kings. Here it looks like I've started my outline. Got my post-it notes and washi tape. And this is Solomon's temple that I would like to just try to draw this in my Bible. And then I think I will learn more if I draw it by hand. Not too much in First Chronicles. I did have a few things that I wanted to put in First Chronicles. I have not even gotten the washi tape ready for that. Ezra, I studied Ezra while studying Zechariah. They kind of go together. And this is kind of interesting. This is Nehemiah. And this is kind of bizarre, but human excrement or dung is used in the Word of God to illustrate or portray certain principles of doctrine. It is used figuratively for any degrading situation or condition. And so here's all of the words, where they're all used in numerous Hebrew words and 5 prominent ones and about 5 minor ones for human excrement and at least 1 Greek word. But they're mostly found in Nehemiah 12:31, 2:13, and 3:14. And I guess I don't have the other page to this. This is a doctrine, a study on happiness and sharing God's happiness. And this was really fun, but I'm missing the other page. It's downstairs in a box, and I'll just insert that page. And it's pretty fun. I think that's all I have in Nehemiah. Let's see, I've currently studied Esther not too long ago, but all my notes are in my old Bible. Job, I've studied Job here and there, and I have more to put in about Job, so I've got it already. The Psalms, I have it prepared for when my pastor gives the psalm. It wouldn't be like a whole study on the psalm. It would be like before or after a study. So I do have my post-it notes set up for that. And here in the book of Psalm, I've kind of got like the 3 heavens, not meaning there's 3 separate heavens or anything like that. It is just showing the location. So, like the first heaven is the band of atmosphere around the earth, and where that's coming from. How do we know that? And the second one is the stellar universe, the solar system, and planetary heavens of galaxies and realm of angelic activity. And then the third heaven is the throne room of God, and that is the highest heaven, final residence for believers. And the reason why I decided to put it here is because of this psalm right here. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the sky above proclaims his handiwork. And this is the Lord's Prayer on the cross. And that is Psalm 22 through 31. And a few more studies here of the psalm. So, what I generally do is I write down a study in pencil, and then I go in and color it or with a black marker. And then this one I use all the time. I've added more of these little post-it notes since I did a video on prayer. So whenever I'm going through a book of the Bible and prayer comes up, I will jot those notes down and put them in here, learning something new about prayer. And then in the back of that page on prayer, I have post-it notes so I can just grab one and it'll all match and I don't have to worry about trying to find something. And then, let's see. Oh, more on Proverbs. I've got a couple studies in Proverbs, and this was really interesting. All the ways that vessels are being used. And it's basically overall, the study was suggesting that in the beginning of our walk, we have to be purged of evil. Our vessels need to be purged of evil, and then we need to be filled up on doctrine. And an empty vessel is unusable to God. And then here's the shattered vessels that describe that national judgment, as I was mentioning the 5 cycles of discipline. Ecclesiastes, I'm not done with this study, but I'm super excited to use some Christmas washi tape for that. And this is the Song of Solomon, and this was a really amazing study. And its analogy to love for the Lord, and how the Shulamite woman is just focused on Christ. And there's some comparisons between her and her lover, that being Christ. And this study was pretty fun. This is all in pencil on the back of some of these pages. And so that will help me just review the book. So I didn't do all of it in black, but I'll come back in and review. And the categories of love. The first one is love toward God. And the second category is between a man and a woman. And then I've done one chapter of Isaiah. I've studied the book of Isaiah some time ago, and I have not put this in ink yet. And man, it's just amazing, the book of Isaiah. So, and this was just for one chapter, the very first chapter. I've got so much, and I had to add a page. And so, how I add pages is I went to the print shop here in my town, and I could match up the off-white color that matches this ESV Bible. And I just got the closest match. And then I think I bought 25 sheets. And then I just used a paper cutter and cut them down to the correct measurement. And then I insert them just by using glue. And it's just, and I just have them ready, because for this study, I just wanted to keep going with my study. And I just needed to add another page, and then I can start chapter 2 here on the back. And it looks like I have some outlines going already, and how does a country get to the situation. And again, this is all relating to the 5 cycles of discipline, book of Isaiah, and a lot of these Old Testament books and the minor prophets. And I think that's about it for Isaiah. I'm going to keep working on that. It was so much fun. And I have studied Jeremiah in my other Bible. I have not set this one up yet. It was kind of a more recent study, so I might give that time before I go back at the book of Jeremiah. And I think that's all. And yeah, next time I'd like to show you this angelic realm and where I decided to put the study on angels. So yeah, have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.